Hi everybody, this is Crypto Rich, working with you to get rich with crypto, filling our pockets with crypto profits. And I have with me 6 representatives from the Blockchain Privacy, Security and Adoption Alliance. So we're going to be talking about these projects and how they're working together to fulfill on privacy, security and adoption. This is my BitTube channel. Please come and subscribe to me on BitTube, censorship-resistant platform. You can also find me on Odyssey, Lbry, and Bitchute. Follow me on Twitter, CryptoRichYT, and join my official Telegram announcements channel. All the links in the description below. Hey, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you guys are. Good morning even, although I doubt that's the case. Maybe actually it is for you, Joe. I'm going to mention who you all are very quickly, and then we'll start with you, Draith, and then we'll go to the other projects and stuff. So first off, Draith, you are the lead for the Blockchain Privacy, Security, Adoption Alliance. And you're also the captain at the Good Ship Pirate Chain, of which I am a first mate, proud to be a first mate. And then we have Grey Wolf, who is one of the lead devs at Turtle Network and also Polarity Exchange. Jason, the business development from Komodo. Welcome back, Jason. Love having you on my channel. Kai-Yue Schneier, who is the CFO from BitTube, a censorship-resistant platform. Ollie Hager, who is one of the devs at Burstcoin, probably the oldest, no, actually the second oldest project here. Or is it the oldest? We shall find out. We shall find out if you are the oldest or not. And then Joe, formerly of Disney World, but now of Dragon Chain. And who couldn't make it is Ether1, Sentinel, and Ergo Platform. And I've covered all these projects on my channel. I will continue to cover them. Drake, do you want to start by saying a little bit about the thinking behind setting up Bpsaa? And what you do, and then we'll go through the projects.
Sure. Yeah. So the idea behind the Bpsaa was that we should be working together in crypto and not separate from one another. You know, because there's so many different amazing technologies out there that each project can produce. That we all, we all specialize in certain things, and if we put that together, we can make some amazing products and services for people, and lead that toward mass adoption. So. Originally, it started out as Pirate Chain, Sentinel, Turtle Network, and Ether1, and then eventually grew to what it is today, which, 9 projects. We have our application in to become a nonprofit. We're going to be doing educational segments on privacy and security. We got a podcast coming up as well. So we got a lot of stuff going on.
Right. Okay, so 4 founder members, Pirate Chain, Turtle Network, Ether1 and Sentinel, and Ether1 and Sentinel unfortunately aren't here. I'll say a little bit about them. Ether1, it offers censorship-resistant web hosting, decentralized web hosting, and people can earn a passive income by contributing bandwidth to the network. Sentinel does decentralized VPN, and people can earn a passive income by offering bandwidth to the network. And then the other one, Turtle Network, we will come to you, Grey Wolf. All right, Draith, would you want to start, Draith? You get to say which project you introduce the next project.
Let's go with TN. Let's go with you, Wolf.
Hey, guys. It's an absolute pleasure to be on another kind of round table session with you guys. I know last time I definitely had my hair a little bit messier. But yeah, so from the side of TN, there's been a tremendous number of things that have gone on or happened in that time, and I'd like to kind of briefly touch over some of those. Some of the things that I can speak about in the highlight of Turtle Network is that the Turtle Network has over 26 current integrated into the network as native assets, as well as trading on the Turtle Network. The Turtle Network now has 5 dApps, and the list continues growing. As far as exchange listings, the Turtle Network exists on Polarity Exchange, wallet.turtlenetwork.eu, and waves.exchange. And some of the applications that have been put forward from my company are contributions to some of the smart contracts. We put together Polarity tools. Inside them includes Polarity dApp framework. And what's special about this is that people want to make dApps, right? And one of the to know a lot of moving pieces, like, first of all, how do I write a smart contract? That's quite a hurdle in itself. But once you pass that, you realize, hey, now that I'm done writing the smart contract, who's going to host it for me? And what's the front end going to look like? And that's a battle in itself. So my company put forth this framework that's open and works on the Turtle network to allow anyone who can write a smart contract to instantly write an interface.
Okay.
The language is very similar to low-level HTML, so anybody can do it, and it creates shareable links, so you can share your dApp.
Okay, Nathan, hold on a second, right? Because we've got many projects to go through.
Sure.
And people may not be aware, because one of the opportunities of a video like this is people say who are here to find out about BitTube. They know about BitTube because they hold Tube coins. They're going to discover Turtle Network. They're going to discover Pirate Chain and Burst Coin. So Turtle Network is a founder member of BPSAA, and they offer this sort of hybrid centralized exchange where you own your own private keys.
It's a custodialless DEX. So what happens is, if you can think of how Waves works, where you deposit coins and get coins inside of a system, it's the same principle. So it's your own keys, your own coins. All trades are peer-to-peer.
That's remarkable. And how has Turtle Network benefited from the formation of BPSAA?
Well, it's gained a lot of new integrations into the network. So we have Pirate Chain, and that's a growing market on the Turtle network. You have other coins like Ether1 and Sentinel, and eventually we'll have people like Komodo and all the rest of the BPSAA members too.
Very good. And Burst Coin and Tube.
Of
and
course,
Dragon.
of course.
Yes. And Erg. Okay, very good. Thank you. Thank you. Drake, do you want to pick the next person? Or the next project? Oh, you're on mute, Drake.
Yep, let's go with Dragon Chain.
Very, very good. So I guess quick intro. We've been building since 2014 at Disney. We released to the world open source in 2016, and we've been building like crazy since then. All types of projects. We have learning management systems. We have loyalty systems. We have a lot around proof systems, including financial applications. Bpsaa just rolled out a couple of very interesting, unique products that we built for them, related to transparency and anti-fraud for an exchange. To get a centralized exchange up to some of the level of what people might be going to decentralized exchanges for. So they're keeping more efficient and everything else. But we've also we have a lot of new customers coming in. We just announced that we were awarded the patent for smart contract orchestration. We're doing a lot of work around NFTs now, especially with din.social. That we have a platform that was more than anything to demonstrate how powerful our architecture is, where it's to people who are using it, they wouldn't know that it necessarily has a blockchain behind it, but it is a social media platform that actually awards content creators and awards the curators or the people who evaluate content every day, and it's very interesting. And we're right now in the middle of it's ending this weekend, but there's a layer creation process that will generate millions of NFTs. And you can come in right now and get involved. It happens every month, and those NFTs. Probably the most interesting thing for the crypto world to know about is that these NFTs are, what they would call access or social NFTs, where they give you, some extra benefits inside of these communities. But the most important piece of them is that the ownership of a portion of a community gives you passive income. So there's a real reason to have NFTs.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. And I was going to call you Dragon Chain, but I don't think that's a bad thing. And Dragon Chain, why did you join the BPSAA, and what benefit have you had from it, if any? You can't say no benefit.
You're just funny. No, it definitely is for the philosophy. I mean, that the team, BPSAA had very clearly a philosophy that matched ours, that we've been struggling for years with in the crypto world. I've always compared it. There's some bit of it is because we're in Seattle, but some bit of it is the crypto world itself. That it feels like I'm in Renaissance Italy, and I'm always ready for a knife at my back. And because everything's so tribal, and all the crypto projects seem to hate each other when none of them do, but it's just it's so tribal that you get a lot of trolling. And what you guys had mentioned when we first started talking to you, it hit very clearly that working together is the way the crypto that's our philosophy from the beginning, because we're all about, you step back and say, I'm not in Dragon Chain. The most important thing about crypto is that it's like the early 90s, and all of these different projects are websites, right? And it's like it's the .com boom. There's huge opportunity, yet in our projects, people can actually get involved. You don't have to be a millionaire in Silicon Valley to get involved in our projects, which is beautiful. And yet, for some reason, we all tend to fight each other on crypto Twitter and wherever else. People would send it was obvious brigading that would come into our Telegram communities even. And so, when we heard, it was just like a breath of fresh air to hear what you guys were after, and to share tech, to share ideas, to share marketing where it's possible, things like that. It just fit really well. And so far, I mean, we're pretty early, and we've been pretty busy, and I have to apologize. Sometimes we can't participate as much as we'd like, but definitely, we've already gotten some decent ideas of how we can use each other's tech, potentially bring you guys into some of our projects and vice versa, and see what happens. So so far it's been it's early, but it's I'm excited about what is going on with this.
Thank you. Because Dragon Chain joined how long ago? It wasn't that long ago, was it?
Wasn't that long ago? A few months, right?
Yeah, a few months or so. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Joe. Drake, who should we go to next?
Let's go to BitTube.
BitTube, yay! Kai, you're on mute.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for the invite to this call. BitTube, I'm working since the first days with the BitTube team together with Saba, who founded the BitTube environment and the ideas behind. And since a few weeks, we joined the Bpsaa, which is really interesting for us. And the BitTube project itself, we are building up different things around our tube coin. One of the things is the airtime system, which we built, which should give the possibility of monetization of internet usage with the tube coin. One of our big projects is the video platform. The BitTube.video is the newest version of it. We started 2 years ago with the BitTube TV. And the BitTube.video is now the decentralized version of it, where we try to get the possibility of privacy and the possibility of censorship resistance. So these are main things on our project where we try to solve problems a lot of people have.
Yes.
And we try to give to the producers of content the ownership of their content. So they can decide what happens with their content, and not the big platform decide what happens with their content. That's, I think, quite important for a lot of producers. And these are things we're working on.
Yes.
One of the next projects will be the BitTube Social. This will be based on the Mastodon, again, on the same issues, on the privacy, on the censorship resistant. So these are the things we're building. And we're quite new on the Bpsaa, so they are not so much working together yet. It's just in the starting, discussing things, but we think we can learn a lot of it, and hopefully we can give something back to the community.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And I know, and I applaud BitTube's censorship resistant. I have videos on BitTube that I dare not post on YouTube. Like, I recorded a video with 2 doctors a couple of weeks ago about vitamin D and health, and vitamin D and coronavirus. And the vitamin D and coronavirus, what these doctors were saying, is on BitTube, not on YouTube. Because YouTube's, unless you're going to get vaccinated and you're going to follow the WHO line to the letter, then you risk being censored. So I do appreciate BitTube's commitment to censorship resistance. And yes, you are one of the newest members. Okay, so one of the things I'm looking forward to is BitTube collaborating and offering, making it and being its platform being used by the other projects, which will bring in even more people to use that platform. And also for the Tube coin turning up on some of the other exchanges that are connected to the Bpsaa. Okay, Draith, who should we go to next?
Let's throw it over to Burst.
Burst.
Oh, yeah. No, that's me. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, we're Burst. So you said already once that we are kind of the original gangster chain, but that had changed a lot in the past. And I, for example, entered in 2017, although it already exists since 2014. And who does not know that? Burstcoin originally introduced the first Turing-complete language for creating smart contracts. But we missed the train a little bit. So the problem was that it's a kind of complicated language to deal with, and only 2 years ago we managed to move over to Java to compile it down. This is a huge step, and we are in this kind of transition to make it all better for all these things that are coming right now. This is crazy. The smart contract thing, seeing the things that are going on right now over there is like seeing, like, hey, we're doing this since 2, 3, 4 years. But it's nice to see that, exactly that Joe said. It's like we're in the 90s, so we're just in the beginning of that. And I personally was honored by that we were accepted by the BPSAA to go into this new concept of working together. This collaboration thing is something like I'm a person who likes to work in team and not against other people. So I work in a company which is even premier for that we have this pretty collaborative culture, and now it starts to grow inside the community. So I think we're still in the initial phase where we're trying to know each other a little bit. And there was already mentioned the Polarity Exchange with based on Turtle Network. So of course we want to integrate there too, and this will happen, of course. Nowadays I'm working together with Mr. Turtle, and Grey Wolf knows that. There is already some collaboration between the projects, and the idea is to make it grow. And this is something like, I see that we have our regular meetings, we have our events we are trying to plan, and we're working together. This is something like awesome, and Burst is just part of this entire scenario. And this is the benefits are that we can, as smaller projects, can just like our resources bring together and work together in making it better, stronger. So everything, this is something that I really like. And so about Burst, who does not know that, there's something very special in terms of the mining concept, proof of capacity, working on HDD, hard disk mining. But we figured out that we have even centralization issues due to that, and that is why we are upgrading protocols right now. They're installing. So there's some big things coming out, and we are inspired by the members of the BPSAA with all the stuff that's coming there. I'm trying to go over to other projects to learn and breaking out of my chamber, my echo chamber. This is like all the influences we have from all of you, and also what's going on in the crypto scene right now. This is something that we're trying to make it better and bring to all of us.
That's fabulous. That is fabulous. And there's something you said, you got Burstcoin, the people on Burstcoin, which is a community project working together as a team. But we've also got team at the level of the BPSAA working together. Because listening to you, one of the things that struck me is Burstcoin has its own DEX.
Yeah.
And Turtle Network has its own DEX.
Yeah.
And Komodo has its own DEX. And Ergo Platform, that aren't represented here, they're building their own DEX.
And you're frozen again. Looks nice.
Are working together to support each other's DEXs. I understand.
You're right. For example, we have the BT DEX, which is a peer-to-peer, truly decentralized one. Privacy is king here. And for example, Pirate is integrate R. We have R already there inside. We have even Monero, and there will be more. We're working on that. So, we have kind of different priorities right now because we need to change something drastically. So we're not in the best position right now, market-wise speaking, but technically, I think we have a pretty advanced platform, and we can learn together with all this stuff that's coming. For example, for me, it's like diving into the TN wallet and seeing how they solve certain problems and how they do certain things. This is something. It needs time to do that, and it's not easy tech what we're dealing with. And this is cool. This is really cool, curious, and I think we are here. I know that one day we will be listed there, and all the project members, decentralized exchanges, because this is the way to go, in my opinion.
Yes, absolutely. So, and as a Pirate, as an R holder and a Tube holder, the idea of those coins being on all these other DEXs, that appeals to me very much.
Yeah.
Okay, Drake, who should we go to next, Pirate Chain or Komodo?
Before we do, I just want to mention a few things. One, huge shout out to the guys over at Burst. I think it was you, Hager, that was helping out Turtle Network recently too.
I'm still working on that. I'm very slowly progressing, and I apologize for that. But it's like I already mentioned that this pandemic situation is sucking out energy of me. But I'm working on that. So it is something I won't reveal the feature because this I would let over to Brave Wolf, or Mr. Turtle is not here. But yeah, we're working together, and I'm working, helping them out on their wallet. And the wallet, it's not a wallet only; it's a platform entirely, to say that, and to add some features and some other stuff. It's kind of legacy technology. I need to dig a little bit, but I'm doing progress. But unfortunately it's slow. My progress is slow. I'm not doing that.
Well, you do work at a turtle's pace, so there is that.
Okay, feeling better right now.
That's right.
So another thing I wanted to mention was, so Tim from Pirate Chain, he holds marketing meetings and such for the BPSAA, and one of the things that he does is he actually helps out other projects with their marketing too. So he was, so you have Pirate Chain helping out Burst with their marketing and getting them up to speed with how to do certain things and things like that. So that was excellent to see too. And to build onto what Joe was saying before about the whole Renaissance thing, being careful of everyone trying to stab you in the back and stuff because that's crypto. It takes a while to break from that mold. You know what I mean? To kind of let your guard down around everybody else within a specific group. So when we bring people on to the BPSAA, it's like trying to move their mindset away from I have to be guarded at all times to being open and collaborative. You know what I mean? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it takes a little while to sometimes break that mold. So that's why projects that have been here since the beginning or for quite a while are pretty open about their developments and everything else. So new projects that come in, it takes them a little bit to get up to speed and to kind of figure out exactly how this whole thing works. You know what I mean? So sure. That's why you don't see so many developments immediately when people join, because you have to kind of recreate the mindset of working together as a whole, as many projects, and then on top of that, working together with everything. So
yeah, no, absolutely, like a new kid in class or a new employee in a team or something. You got to learn the ropes and stuff. But then here, one of the things that it seems to me is that each of the projects maintain, do what they're doing and work on that, and Komodo will work on whatever they're working on, maintaining their own independence and still collaborating.
Yeah, and we're all super busy too with everything that's going on in our own projects. So, but we make sure to allocate time to meet up every Sunday for our weekly meetings and to try to help each other out where we can, whether it's marketing or developments, things like that, and then collaborating on various things. So, but all right, let's throw it over to Komodo.
Hey, Jason.
Hi. I'm Jason from Komodo, head of business development. Basically, the Komodo platform is a multi-chain blockchain platform that builds different tech for interoperability, security, and privacy. So the reason why that we were interested in joining the BPSAA kind of just was a natural fit in several ways. Like I just mentioned, like a lot of the technology that we build are built around these principles of blockchain privacy and security. Very early on in Komodo's history, actually before Komodo even existed, there was a project called SuperNet that Komodo evolved from. That was very similar to the mission goals of the BPSAA, which is a collaboration between projects for tech sharing and for education. So currently, we are focusing primarily on our atomic swap technology with our atomic DEX protocol. This allows two chains to exchange between each other trustlessly in a manner that if the transaction does not complete, then both parties get their principal returned to them. This is different than other types of DEXs, so we don't see any sort of competition between any the BPSA members and us. So there's no hidden competition. So we're happy to work together is, like I mentioned, that was our original ethos even prior to Komodo being formed, and we hope to continue that on in the future. What we look at bringing to the BPSAA is to help with its educational efforts by hosting different events, providing content about how different aspects of blockchain technology work, and just in general educating the masses about what cryptocurrency is about, and not from the sense of investment or speculation or anything like that, but actually from a technological perspective. Because it's important to understand how these systems work. Because being your own bank and being heavily involved in your own personal finance is a very new concept to people. So if you don't understand how the system works, you can find yourself in a bad place. So we're trying to prevent people from having to live that bad experience, and also learn at the same time, and also have some fun.
Very good, very good. Thank you, Jason. And it's in some ways, Komodo is the source of the BPSAA, because Pirate Chain was born out of Komodo. Like a few Komodo developers tinkering around on the blockchain with their spanners and wrenches, as developers do, coming up with a cryptocurrency where every single transaction is shielded. Thank you, Jason. Drake, anything you want to say about Pirate Chain?
Sure. Yeah. So Pirate Chain is a fully anonymous P2P transaction chain. It was born from Komodo, like you said, but took on a life of its own. We are the first shielded transaction-only chain for ZK Snarks, and are considered one of the most private chains in existence currently. So we've developed quite a few things, one of which is the Pirate Chain's OS, which is Ghost Ship. And the BPSAA for Pirate Chain is amazing because we get to meet all these different developers and see all these different technologies and how they work, and play around with it and potentially integrate it. So one of the things that we're planning on doing is we actually have another OS in the works that's a full-on OS that will be integrating each of the members' tech into it. So, for example, like Sentinel's DVPN, Turtle Networks Exchange, you'll have tons and tons of different things, like even Ether1's storage system. So you'd be able to access each of the members' technologies from within the actual OS. So there's a lot of work that's going to go on within that after it's built and we start integrating all the members' stuff. But it's going to be pretty big, and it's going to be one of the what's the word I'm trying to look at? One of the best things to come out of Pirate Chain, aside from the privacy aspect, because integrating all these different technologies into one thing is what we're aiming to do with a lot of the things that we're doing at the BPSA, aside from collaborating and things like that, marketing, just producing things that have each other's technology in it, so that we can offer to the world and grow as one. Because if you have technology that has several members inside of it, the BPSAA grows, and then all the members grow because of the BPSAA growing. The more people see it, the more people see all the members, and so forth. So
that's amazing. And I can get each of these projects, on its own, doing what it's doing, building its community, but then working with another, things just happen quicker, because I know Pirate Chain is on Turtle Network and on the Burst DX, which may not have happened otherwise, plus how all the projects support each other in terms of marketing. So I know when I do a tweet on one of the BPSA projects, I can pretty much be certain that the other projects will see it and they'll tweet it out. So in that way, I personally benefit. But how large is the community reach for all the BPSA projects now?
It's over 350,000, I think.
Yeah,
like combined, yeah, with all our socials. So.
Yeah, which is not something that any of these projects on their own could have accomplished, which almost gives you, I suppose, the sort of reach that you would expect from a much, much larger project like a top 50 Bitcoin market cap project.
Yeah, but I mean, not even that. Like, the key thing is that you'll have people that are in, in specifically the privacy sector with Pirate Chain or Monero or, say, Sentinel, for example, and then when the BPSA tweets out about those, like that specific aspect of it, those people see it. They'll see the BPSAA, and then they'll also see all the other members within the BPSAA. So then they'll start looking at the other projects. That's why I say, like, whenever some of us get seen, all of us get seen. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. Like people pay for the Sentinel DVPN using Pirate Chain, and thus preserving their privacy at a whole other level. And maybe they bought those pirate coins from BurstX because they were able to use the Tube coins that they earned from airtime to buy Pirate Chain, to buy Sentinel. But of course, they're going to use Tube to buy Sentinel DVPN straight away anyway.
Or potentially paying for, say, Sentinel services with Pirate Chain or with Dragon Chain, for example, or BitTube by using exchange method through, say, Turtle Network, right? So there's so many different ways that we can build stuff that integrate with one another. It's just crazy.
Very good. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask each of the projects just in a couple of sentences to say what they see is next for their project and the BPSAA together. A couple of sentences, because I know you all love your projects and just want to talk about them.
Sure. I guess I'll start. So regarding where we see us going forward with the BPSAA is that currently next month in Texas we will be part of this what's being called Austin Blockchain Week, which is a week of different projects presenting different things. So initially it'll start as like a general conference called Aura.global, and the following that will be Ravencoin will be doing a seminar for a day. The Nexus community, then following will be Komodo and Pirate, and we're also planning on bringing others in. Hopefully, we'll have some more higher profile speakers to discuss different aspects of the cryptocurrency space, whether that's from a technology perspective or from like a legal perspective, or from an adoption perspective. Our main goal, as I mentioned a little bit ago, is to educate the public about different technologies and different issues that are in the space, because it really will affect them. Currently, where I'm from in the U.S., it's estimated about like 3 to 10% of the population has some sort of cryptocurrency, and that's if you factor that into numbers, that's like 10 to 30 million people. So that's quite a large group of people in the United States, and it's only growing. And obviously, crypto is a lot more than just the U.S., right? So where you're at crypto rich in the UK, it's growing. I know in Turkey, it's like I was hearing numbers like 30% of the population has some sort of crypto. I know in Africa, especially like Nigeria and stuff, it's growing like wildfire. But the majority of people, they don't know anything about how it works. They just try to use it as money, and to use it like that, it doesn't work like how our traditional systems work, and people need to be aware of this and aware of the nuances of using this tech and the benefits, and maybe it will inspire some people as well to join the space and create their own projects, and that could help the world.
Great, thank you, Jason. And I'm going to link to the BPSAA and all the projects in the description below, and then people can find out more about this event from the Komodo platform website, and also by joining the Telegram groups of all these projects. There's also a Telegram group for BPSAA, so you find out a little bit about what's happening with all the projects there. Okay, let me see. Kai, so what's next for BitTube and BPSAA?
Yeah, what's next? We are inside BitTube. We are looking in the moment how to open the platform like the BitTube video for the special services for the other coins of the BPSA community, so that we get the possibility that people buy for extended space on BitTube video. They pay with one of these coins, and on the other side, we are discussing in very early steps with the different possibilities with the DEX. So we'll get our coin connected with the other coins, So when people of the other communities use the BitTube platform and earning tubes on the platform with the airtime system, they can use them then on the DEX and change into their own coins from their community. So we get more interaction between the different projects.
Great, great. Thank you, Kai.
Very early steps, as we are just a few weeks there.
Yes, yes, very early. Okay. No, and I think it's useful to mention that pretty much any project can apply to the BPSAA. It's free to apply, and then they get audited and checked and interviewed. And I do know that projects have been declined because, for whatever reason. So it's the fact that Tube is here, that Komodo's here, and Burst and everything, and the others. It just shows that it's kind of like you made the grade, and it also speaks of your commitment to privacy, security, and of course promoting adoption. Okay, Nathan.
Sorry, I would like to just mention one thing about that is that if you're a project that has been declined, feel free to reapply. Like I said, the application's free. It just could be at that time, you weren't a good fit. Maybe your project's too new and just needs to mature a bit. Maybe that you need to work with us, to align our goals better in terms of what the nonprofit's mission is. It could be a variety of things, but don't let that deter you from trying to join the organization. We're pretty open about who we accept. It's just we want to make sure everyone's on the same page.
Great, Nathan. Thank you for saying that. Thank you, Nathan. What's next for Turtle Network and BPSAA?
Turtle Network is what I represent and build and help develop out. For me and Turtle Network, our goal is to get everybody bridged on board. So we want to get everyone connected to the Turtle Network. We want to get everybody trading. We want to get liquidity really bumping, to the point where, these are your markets. You run whatever strategies you want, compose them however you want, but they're your markets and they're there to stay. So that's pretty cool. And then past that, since everyone will be integrated, we're going to have the ability to make a dApp for every community. The dApp can be whatever you want it to be. We can even help you come up with ideas for valid concepts for dApps, or they could link into other current existing dApps like the current DeFi ecosystem. So yeah, very excited to bring opportunity and utility to BPSAA.
Yeah, and there's also a pretty sizable project being built on TN. That's a conversation for another time, but just wanted to throw that out there for TN.
Well, we shall find out about that, I'm sure, because I feature all these projects on my channel. I have done and will continue to do so. Okay, Ollie, do you want to say something? What's in the future for Burstcoin and BPSAA?
Yeah, I know that we were publicly a little bit quiet in the last weeks, maybe. This is due to heavy work we are doing. We have, I already mentioned him, and you already interviewed him. We have Josh, for example, which is our master of the backend stuff. Recently, it seems that we have a new developer onboarded, and this is kind of interesting because they're working. As I mentioned, we have the smart contract platform. There are kind of limitations in that we're trying to overcome right now. So one of the things is that to have a DeFi ecosystem, for example, which is quite trendy right now. Everybody knows that. We are linking our inbuilt asset system into the smart contract engine. So this is something that is being worked on right now. There's something much bigger coming, and this is already runs already in testnet. And so the idea is that there's an upcoming hard fork. I can publicly say that already. We haven't mentioned that too much, but I think it's like an evolving our proof of capacity protocol to not only mine using hard disk, but you can also stack a little bit up using a kind of stake for that you can have a more efficient mining. So the idea is that we trying to decentralize a little bit the things so that the entry barrier is lower. We have with this new concept, which we call POC plus, proof of commitment, to be honest. There's a white paper that can be linked later here in the description also. This is where we trying to support smaller miners to being a little bit more decentralized, a little bit fairer. Because in the past, it's like that happened that we started to concentrate and agglomerate on certain mining farms, mainly in China. because there the hard disk apparently is so much cheaper, like for example in Brazil. This is, I think, a huge step that we have. We have another big issue that thing that I cannot talk about right now, but it will be kind of radical. It's just like showing our evolution. And we are here since 2014, and we were heavily working on many things. Recently, the evolution is going to a place where we need to do something more, something bigger in that moment. One of the focuses we have is adoption and usability. Usability is that what takes. We need to. We go. Crypto is going to mainstream. But I know that even for my colleagues, co-workers, which are all developers and they're very tech savvy, they have problems to understand how crypto works, or crypto or blockchain works, with the concept of cryptography, with the concept of decentralization, dApps and all this stuff, smart contracts, what they are. And this is something, especially this is my main focus, trying to educate the people on that. So I have plans for a tutorial on building smart contracts, of course, on Bitcoin and all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, okay, sorry. If you let me go, then I will talk for hours.
Now, what people should do is they should subscribe and comment and like, and then when they subscribe and click the notification bell, they'll be notified of the next video for Bitcoin that shows up on my channel, where we can discuss all these things. All right, cool. That goes for all of the projects here. Okay, thank you. Joe, any last words from you?
Yes, I would say, we're heavily focused on the enterprise adoption and really getting things in place, and I know there are some potential angles that we can come into BPSAA and see who might want to help us with certain pieces of those projects as they roll out. We're also focused a lot on integrating our core tech at Dragon Chain with projects like din.social, or MiFi, which are decentralized identity and social network stuff. That there are some places in there, in particular, especially when you talk about the DEXs, that we might have some really good collaboration, because we try to focus on making something workable for a non-technophile, somebody who isn't a crypto person, to then introduce them into crypto, right? So that they're using the system and it happens to be it works well. Like say for din.social, it brings good content up, and once they start working in that system, they realize, oh, I've been earning, and now it's worth my time to go in and understand how to pull that out and and actually take what I've earned and do something with it. And there's a lot there that has to dealing with the tokens and everything else. So I would imagine some collaboration there. We have other pieces. I would like to also bring any of the teams into DIN as another matter too. We have a few projects that have come in that are using it for a place to share community ownership. So you have people in your community that are in Telegram or wherever else that already help you answer questions, when the project team's asleep or whatever else, right? All projects have that in crypto. It's a good thing, and so we're understanding that it's a good model to have to give those people some ownership. So they're not only do they benefit for answering a question, typically. We have people that I vote up like crazy when they answer a question before me, right? Because it's like, oh, that's great. You get you get something out of this, and so we'd like to see more collaboration all the way around. So if that makes sense.
It does. Thank you so much, Drake. Any last words from you, from Pirate Chain and BPSAA? You're on mute, Drake.
Yep, hate that. So yeah, as far as Pirate Chain is concerned, we are getting integrated into Changely and Changely Pro, which is their exchange. We're currently developing the OS, like I mentioned, which will include all the BPSAA members. We are doing some wallet updates as usual and things like that. So yeah, we got a couple of things on the board, like wrapping R into other stuff, but that's another talk for another time.
Yeah.
And then as far as the BPSAA is concerned, we have several events that we'll be speaking at, one of which is Komodo stuff. And then on top of that, we'll be doing a podcast series where, educating the public on just the various topics that we're talking about. The first podcast will be about financial privacy and financial security. The second podcast is about data privacy and security. So basically, we're trying to encompass everybody within the BPSAA, so we'll have people talking from each project. And then sometimes we'll even have a special guest, which we will probably have a special guest for the first episode, which would be really nice too. So
Great. And then people can find out about that from the Pirate Chain website and also by joining the Discord and the Telegram for that. And the same for all these projects. Okay. Any last words about the BPSAA?
yeah, if you join any of the BPSAA member Discords, you can directly communicate with any project within the BPSAA through the BPSAA channel. So, well, either that or join our Telegram too. So we have a whole communication ring built for this.
Great. Well, listen, these are exciting times because what we've got is we're in the bull run. We've got altcoin season, and then we've got these 9 fabulous projects, and I know there's only 6 of them here represented right now, but 9 fabulous projects that are working together to promote privacy, security, and adoption. And this is a really great time and environment to do that. So for anybody who's watching, I invite you to go, if you don't know about these projects, go find out about them. If you know about one but not the others, go find out about the others, because they probably fit the ethos that has you interested in the project that you do know about. Subscribe, comment, like, any questions and comments, all that business in the video below. And between now and when I see you next, this is Crypto Rich and Crypto Drath and Crypto Ollie and Crypto Nathan and Crypto Joe and Crypto Jason's gone and Crypto Kai signing out. All the best. Bye-bye.